Yes.
Happy Friday.
Got something on your forehead.
What?
I'll get it. I got it. Okay.
What's wrong?
You had something on your forehead.
Oh.
Happy Friday. It's raining.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it is awesome.
It is raining. Of course, it's raining on the day that we were going to go lay in an inner tube on the lazy river.
That's okay. I'll do that in the rain.
But we needed the rain. Like so many parts of the country, it's dry everywhere.
Well, if you consider Texas a country still, yes.
Yeah, well, definitely Texas.
There- But in
Even
the
out west,
north,
California,
yeah, but
Arizona, they were dry.
the east side has not been dry, not at all.
The east side have too much water.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep hearing about droughts.
Yep. So, at any rate, hi, welcome everybody to our Friday Live. It is 12:30-ish here in Central Standard Time Zone, so welcome. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you are watching from, and go ahead and start filling up with comments and questions so that we can start responding to them. We may ask for that a few times as we go throughout. The big story for us is we have, in fact, seen rain for the first time in over 100 days, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And we are below 100-degree temperatures for the first time in something like 60 days?
Yeah, 60-something days.
60-something days. So that's the big news here. And
Huge.
the other thing, so again, if you're just coming on board, drop a comment. Hopefully we will see it through the interwebs. Drop a comment, who you are, where you are, and if you have questions or anything that we can respond to, we would love that.
Camping trips you're going on.
Hey, downtown ATX.
What you doing downtown, Angela?
That's a hard place to camp. Then also we're about to send the two of you off to Bastrop, Texas. So we might dive into getting you two out of here to there. So
Yep, we are going to the TRVA convention, which is the Texas RV Association convention, right? Did I get that right? Okay.
You got it right.
So,
what do they do?
At the convention or in general?
yeah, like the organization or the convention?
I think people will have an idea what conventions do, but what's the organization do? Oh, she works at 6 in Colorado.
Oh.
That's not a bad location
I didn't
to
know
work.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So the TRVA is I'm not explaining this.
Okay.
I would not be good at
I think
it.
it got past to me. But it is dealers, suppliers, everybody in the industry. They get together. We have a lobbyist to help be sure that we're protecting our businesses, protecting the campers. We support each other. We deal with the state laws. Just all the things that go along with selling and promoting the RV lifestyle in Texas. And that's what TRVA does on all those fronts.
And I've heard it's obviously the dealerships are there because we'll be there.
Right,
And
right.
you mentioned that there's vendors. So I've even heard of people who rep components and accessories will show up, and insurance
yeah.
that are specific to
Insurance,
RV. Parks. I don't know. Do you even have Texas Parks and Wildlife out there sometimes? Are they involved at all?
They come out sometimes. They
Yeah.
help us. And then we also have people that you wouldn't think about, like statistical surveys. I mean, they're often at the convention and they provide a service of giving us all the stats of what sells, what's not selling.
Okay.
Different areas.
In different locations, in which counties, and just all kinds of things that we need to provide good service.
So, are there like breakout sessions at something like this where you can get some like training, some insights, and all that, where it actually you can come back next week and go, okay, I'm invigorated. I have new input. I'm going to run with some new stuff.
Yeah, there's a couple of things. There is one evening where all the vendors are out, so we get to see all the vendors, see if they have something new, maybe meet new vendors. So there is kind of a time then for just connecting with their services. And then the next day on Sunday, all day, we have basically seminars.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Okay.
Seminars where they talk about pertinent topics. I mean, everything from social media to the legal aspects that we need to know about selling, safety issues, certifications,
Yeah.
all the things that we need to know. So it's really good for that too.
So, reminder again, if you're just joining us, we are the team from the RV Small Talk podcast. And if you're seeing us on the main Princess Craft YouTube channel, go check it out. We have a podcast, RV Small Talk podcast, and we have put together episodes for you. These are pretty random, these Friday Lives.
Friday Lives are kind of whatever it turns into, because people just want to chat for a bit, and we're happy to answer questions, see where everybody is. And some days it's super busy, and other days it's kind of slow.
Some days we make s'mores with a candle on the table.
Yep.
Some days we don't.
Yeah.
Some days we
Like
just
today.
have a cup of coffee.
So you're going to have one particular guest that is going to be a speaker this year, and is Chet Gardner.
Hey, our friend Chet.
Yeah. So if you're from Texas, you may know of Chet. He's the Day Tripper. He has a long-running television show where he goes out to small towns all over Texas and does an episode of multiple things to do and multiple places to eat and all that.
That's right.
And it's informative. It's funny.
It's entertaining.
It's well done. Yeah.
And you know, the cool thing is it makes you want to go to all these places.
Yep.
I mean, I've been in Texas all my life. And he goes to like these random small towns that you and I would just drive through and never even blink and go, "Ooh!"
And he finds a lot of
Glad
stuff
to
to
be
do.
through that one.
Yeah, like weird museums or
Right.
things
Yes,
that the town is
or-
known for.
Yeah, a giant 100-foot well that you can, go down into, or, things to climb, things to do, things to
Right.
see, food to eat. There's always food involved. And it's just really fun. It makes you want to go to these out-of-the-way places.
So we have a tie to the Day Tripper, Chet, because he's actually been on an episode
Yeah.
of our podcast.
Angela, have you ever seen the RV Small Talk episode with the Day Tripper? It was done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think
Has it
about
been that long?
it's been
Yeah,
about that
sounds
long
about
now.
like that.
We'll have to reach out to him again, see what has changed.
Ooh, Nathan, thanks for the questions.
Yeah,
It gives us something to talk about. I can't answer that question, but maybe PJ can.
How much depreciation can one expect if you purchased it new at $1,575 after 3 years? Depreciation changes. It changes with the make and the model of the trailer, because some of them just hold their value better. What you'll see as far as depreciation in that, you might see 20 to 30% depreciation, but if you are looking to sell it yourself, prices have gone up. Probably a Lance in the past 3 years has gone up 30% at least in cost. So I wouldn't depreciate it quite as much as you normally would. If you guys have a trailer, even if it's not a Lance, and it's 2 to 3 years old, now's the time to sell it if you're thinking within the next year you want to make a change.
Yeah. So basically, the depreciation, if the economic world out there had been the same, then you could expect a 20%, 30% depreciation.
That's
is a guess.
about
I'm
what
throwing
I'd
weird
guess.
numbers here.
That's
I don't
about
know
what
these
I'd
numbers.
guess.
But if the floor rises because the economy, the market out there has changed,
Yes.
like we've seen over the past few years, then that drop would have been changed with all those external factors.
Right. That's right. The cost of the new ones has changed so much that you can actually get more for your used one right now. So it's a good time to make that change. So, I might go 10% down and just see if it flies, particularly if it is a unit that's hard to find out there.
Mike wants a polo.
Where can I get one of those cool Princess Craft
I'll
polos?
ship you a women's small.
I am almost done with this one.
Because we have a bunch.
I'm almost done with this one.
I have 3 bright green ones in my backpack right now.
So do you want a gray one or a green one?
Yep, let me know.
Because Mike has shipped us coffee and coffee cups.
Yeah.
We'll ship you a polo.
Yep. Angela says yes, just because she's agreeable.
No, because she's seen the episode with the day tripper.
Oh.
Ooh, here's a spicy one, Angela.
She is
Way to
spicy.
get down
As-
to it.
Yeah.
Right, I was waiting for this to come up.
What's
so,
your thoughts on the new Intech OVR line?
Okay.
If you have not seen it yet, Intech just released a new line of trailers.
Yep.
They are not the Souls, they are not the Terras, they are not the Flyers. It's
Right.
something completely different called the OVR line.
Well, it's kind of a mishmash of all of this.
It's in between the
Isn't it?
Flyer line and the Soul Terra products. It's an in-betweener to me.
It's like a
and
run
then-
it outside with a cushy inside.
Yeah, and I think that, well, I mean, you're getting some double axle feature going on there
Mm-hmm.
that the Terra does have. So in the Terra group online, I see all this. I mean, it's fine, but it's not for me. It's not for me. Absolutely right. If you're a Terra customer, you are not an OVR market.
They're not trying to steal from their own customers.
No, they already have a product
That
for
would
the
be
Terra
silly.
customer. It's called a Terra. So here's my take, because there's a lot of questions. Who would buy this? Well, the people commenting that are actual owners, purchasers of Terras.
Right.
They aren't in the mindset of being. They never were.
Well, because the forums
Yeah.
are the first place where that hits.
Sure.
Right?
And that's who shares it the most. Who would buy this over a Terra?
Somebody who's looking for that instead of a Terra.
Exactly.
So
Here's-
there's one toy hauler, and then there's two trailers with different floor plans, and they're different sizes.
if my family makeup, no, even with the family makeup I have, I think that my family, if we went shopping, we compared them side by side, and money was just what it is, across the board is kind of equalish. I think my household would actually be more of an OVR shopper. The interior is pretty Terra-ish. The exterior is built in a way that makes more sense to where I travel.
Where you want to go?
Because I am actually a Flyer owner, and I tend that way. My family tends that way anyways, including my wife. So
So it has more ground clearance.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot of storage in the back, a little more open floor plan, not as much as the living area,
yeah,
sleeping area kind of thing. When you walk in, it's got that L-shape sofa, so it's very open. More storage in that area, it feels like to me. So it's just more gear oriented,
yeah. I
but
think
still a really nice interior.
sure. I think what I pick up on, and I think I agree with in all the comments that I've seen in the Terra group, the Soul group, and even the Flyer group, is it wasn't enough departure. It's not a new segment. Everyone was kind of hoping that it would either be another form factor of the Terra, or if it's going to be a whole new line like it is, the OVR line, they were hoping it would be like, whoa, this is a whole new area completely, not an in-betweener between the Flyer and the Soul Terra products.
Yeah.
And I think I can agree with that.
Well, there's a level of off-road vehicles, and they didn't make it total extreme off-road, and they didn't make it all cushy and
Right.
pretty on the outside. So
Right.
there's that middle ground, and they're kind of in that middle ground. So
Mm-hmm.
it probably has more interest that way because it's not extreme on either end. But we'll just see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad I'm not a manufacturer and have to dream something up and work really hard at it.
Watch your
and
baby
then-
get tore up
and
in the
then
comments.
just release it and
Put it
have
out there and
everybody
let 'em
be
chew
like,
it up.
no.
but you know what? We've seen this before, particularly
yeah.
with Intech, where something new launched, including the Terra launch,
It'll be
where
a
people
hit.
were naysayers out the gate
Yeah.
across the industry, but the product found its market, and in its market, it found its love.
Well, and I
It's
just
gonna
like
find
to
its love.
say the Terra group and the Soul group, they've been established. They have a forum, and that's where most of this feedback is coming from because they're already established. But they weren't established in the beginning.
No,
So I want to point out that creating something in the past 2 years with all the shortages and all the struggles, just trying to
That's
produce anything at
unreal.
Pretty
all
amazing.
is incredible
unreal.
that
Yeah.
they could come up with this product. I love it. I actually love it.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about the OVR line, Angela.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good morning, Misty.
And Wade,
Good morning, Wade.
howdy.
Where are you in Southern California? I want to know. Are you in LA?
Is it raining?
Yeah.
Michael says gray or gray.
Gray.
Okay.
Green it is. Okay. The Navigate is a flip-flop. You are absolutely right.
It kind of is.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Hi, DG.
All right. We noticed that you and I were actually more excited when we first got in them about the Explorer. And yes, that is the twin bed model.
So twin beds, really? What do you guys think about twin beds?
And it's called
Would you consider twin beds?
And it's called the Explorer. And then they have a flyer called the Explorer. That's what makes me go, ugh.
But okay, we have long since had issues
with trailer namings.
With
I know,
trailer
but
namings.
it's the same name, like
So-
Explorer and Explorer.
Yeah.
Just don't. Hi, PJ.
All right. Here's Eli.
I
Welcome
really
back, Eli. Good to
enjoyed
see you again.
Your factory tour yesterday of Intech. I have a better feeling of their
good.
products after seeing the actual production lines. Good job. I hope you do more tours of brands.
That'd be
I
neat.
thought that factory
Thank you,
tour
Eli.
was really well done. So
Well, it was
fun to
ton
watch.
of footage, and Clint spent literally days chopping it up so it looks as good as it does. So he's the hero, and yeah, we love factory tours, and we need to get more trailer tours out there. There weren't trailers for the longest time. Now we're getting some trailers, and we've just been super busy. So
Right.
promise. we'll
Eli
keep
loves
you
twin
updated.
beds. Somebody loves twin
Yeah.
beds.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know.
And
was really-
Angela is correct. It's the Expedition.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then
There you go.
You sit corrected.
Then it's fine.
It's fine.
then that's not bad.
Okay,
at
so
all.
back to the twin beds thing. So this
Okay,
is
so-
a dividing line, but here's the deal. It's been a dividing line since the Dick Van Dyke Show. Remember?
This is true.
Remember how much, and I wasn't even alive then, but how much of a deal it was that when they were producing that show, how Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore could not have in that show beds together.
But that
It's
was
just
across
a dividing line.
That was across the entire television scene. I mean, that just wasn't done.
And yet, but it was in their houses. It was in every one of their
This
households.
is TV. It's not real life, Clint.
Okay, so
Yes.
now we're in real life. Here's the deal. It is still a very dividing line, and there are knee jerk reaction. I'm not going to budge from this knee jerk reaction naysayers, and then there's people who are like, but it actually works.
So I learned a really interesting fact when I was like, why twin beds? Airstream in the, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was something like 22 to 25 foot trailers, twin bed models outsell the queen bed models in almost every different floor
Yep.
plan.
That's what I'm told. And I say
That's crazy to me.
I was
She's told
furious
that by
about
the
twin
numbers, by the
beds.
way.
I was-
She's told by the numbers, so take that or leave it.
But when I saw the twin beds, I was like, because twin beds barely sell here at Princess Craft. Like barely. And the first question we got right out of the gate, like 10 times, was, so is there an insert to put in there to make it a king
Ooh,
bed?
the insert situation is always bad.
And it's like, yeah, but then you've got this insert, and where do you put it? And it's in the way, and then you're...
And then it's not really a walk around bed.
Yeah, because
right?
it's wall to wall at that point.
Yeah.
And
You're
then
scooting
in
to the foot of the bed.
between, what do you do with your
Nightstand.
nightstand in between? Do you make it really low so something goes on top of it? It's just, it's so hard to make that work.
So
But-
hands up here. Would you go for a trailer with twin beds? I totally would. Yep.
I totally wouldn't.
I would.
wouldn't.
I
Not
would.
at the, not,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
Hi,
An
Craig.
expedition, funny thing about the name, when I said, can you call it a navigator instead of navigate? It just feels like it ought to have a little extra on there. He said, well, we were worried about, the car names because there's a navigator.
The Lincoln Navigator.
And I said, newsflash, there's an expedition.
It's true.
Yeah, and it's, yeah.
So,
Which is also a Ford product.
Hmm.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Saw both ORV vids. Can you get the toy hauler with twin beds? No. And also, there's 3 ORV videos.
You
so-
missed one.
Get on it, Mike.
And actually, there are no ORV vids. There are 3
OVR.
OVR vids.
Oh.
VR.
We're just giving you crap. Me on one and Coco on the other.
Uh-huh.
There you go. That's perfect.
That's what twin beds were made
Only
for.
looking for twin beds. Love this.
Well,
option.
Richard.
Put us in our place. Put me in my place.
Uh-huh.
I am the naysayer.
To
Let
put
us know.
in a north-south queen bed, they'd have to make it longer. True.
I take north-south twin beds over east-west queen bed.
True.
North. Okay, so what about an east-west twin bed that was open on 2 sides? Because that's what I am trying to push them to do. Yeah,
So
they
then
haven't
the
said yes
person
yet.
against the wall either has to scoot to the foot of the bed or
You can
crawl
get out
over
at the
other
foot of the
person.
Oh, look at this. Even Mike.
Twin all the way.
Nah.
Okay, so maybe we're just weirdos.
No, you aren't. You are. I think
Well, I
still
don't
the
know.
vast majority of people who vast majority of
You're
people who are.
weirdos.
I think
Maybe they're the weird ones.
I think the vast majority of people who are coupled up say the bed is where it's like you know. Whereas if you
don't know
want
what that meant.
functionality and ease of use and ease of making the bed, since that's one of the biggest complaints that all customers have with RVs is how to make a queen bed in an RV. This is fantastic.
Well,
I
a
know,
twin bed is more versatile.
Even if
Granted.
even if I camped all by myself, I'd still want a queen bed. I still want to sleep like this.
I feel like I'm at summer camp if I'm in a twin bed.
Yeah.
Especially.
I don't want to sleep
Wait,
in a
wait,
twin
wait.
bed
Twin
ever.
bed.
Wait, in a twin bed, can you still reach both sides? I mean, how can you really tell when you're asleep?
You want to know something funny?
No.
My feet hang off the bed every morning when I get up.
Oh, you just work yourself down?
I do.
So your head is like halfway up the
y'all's
bed?
bed is really tall.
It's
That's
tall.
crazy.
And we have the queen where you can raise the head.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Richard raises it up, and I can go to sleep that way. But when
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, I have scooted all the way down, and my feet are hanging off the bed, and I'm like, now I know what this is like.
You know what fixes that? Twin beds.
Twin beds. I'm
No,
just about.
you know what fixes that is a king bed that has different things that go up and down.
Which
Ooh, yeah.
a king bed
I
is
don't
literally
want a
2
king
twin
bed.
bed
I don't
mattresses
need a king
together.
bed.
So
Clint,
I don't need a king bed.
I'm just about done with crawling over at night. I mean,
Totally understand.
I wouldn't do
That's
it.
a pain.
yeah.
Oh wait, I do it.
Yeah, but wait.
Howdy.
But I don't get up at night.
Hello, Monoff? Do you suppose I said that right?
Hi.
The expert. L'expert.
Mm.
Okay. So twin beds is pretty evenly divided, I think. In
Nobody
this
said
particular
no.
No,
Yeah.
nobody's.
Everybody has said yes.
So
And
everybody's
the
being
no
quiet.
people just aren't answering because they don't want the yes people to fight them.
What else could those?
Hey, Craig.
What else could those OVRs have that would make them more interesting?
I
What would you
think
do different?
think people who look at it and go, "Ooh, this it says it's overlanding, it says it's off road." They're actually going to pipe up and say more robust suspension. Yeah. It has a ground clearance,
Yeah.
but the torsion axle, I think, is what they're going to be looking for first. To be switched, upgraded to something else, like a axle-less suspension or
Like a
something like that.
Timbren system.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think I would do independent suspension and a generator.
Twins in a vintage camper is great. Fuller queen in a modern trailer. Why?
Why the difference?
Why do you only
Yeah.
want twins in a vintage camper? That's a
Because it's smaller.
interesting take. I agree with Clint about the suspension.
Yeah.
The other thing that I saw people talking about is they were disappointed that it had a wet bath. I personally don't care. I've
Yeah.
never had a dry bath in a camper, but I'm wondering if a dry bath would be possible in that trailer. Where would you put it, and what would you have to get rid of?
one twin
I
bed.
would give up.
People have to understand there's only so much room in a trailer.
Yeah.
You know?
Huh.
And again, this is people who may have never been in a camper with a dry bath, so they can't fathom it. Whereas people from the other side, the bathroom situation again is another one of those dividing lines where it actually is completely workable for everybody, but we can't get past this psychological
That's
barrier.
not what
That's
I want.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, no room in an older trailer because most are much smaller.
That's true.
Okay, so
That's true.
twin
That's
beds
true.
in an older trailer. I loved Intech's wet bath. It's so well designed. I've
It
never
works.
had
And
a
it's so
problem with it.
big.
Yeah,
It works.
It's huge.
I've never had a problem with it. I never feel like I have to sit on the toilet to shower. It always weirds me out when people say that. It's like,
Man,
I mean, I guess
take
you
a load
could,
off.
but you don't have to. There's plenty of room. Like, I've given both of my kids a shower in there and hosed them off, and it was just super convenient.
You let your pets shower inside? I hose mine off outside.
That's because you don't have a bathroom inside.
That's right.
Wet bath? I got no bath.
A wet bath sounds really good to you, doesn't it?
Take it or leave it. I have a trailer I
Yeah,
love.
Clint also doesn't have to like dump his tanks and
Nope.
deal with all that. So
Well, it doesn't sound like anybody is jumping to buy a new trailer right now so far. I mean, everybody happy with what they got?
who wants the first OVR?
Hey, do you know which one we're getting first? Which model is coming our way first? Which
We are getting Go Wet Bath. Yay!
Yeah, definitely.
We're getting
are we getting the Explorer Expedition?
the one that
Navigate.
doesn't have twin beds, but it's also not a toy hauler.
Navigate.
Navigate. I have not learned the names yet.
So
obviously.
we're
Clearly.
getting the gray Tarot reverse.
We're getting the gray Terra reverse.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all aren't ready to trade in.
Yeah.
You already hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Only had dry baths in my 3 motorhomes. A wet bath is still better than an outside shower or a dip in a creek. Depends on which creek.
I don't know. Those are kind of good too, but then I eventually want to shower.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you're
honestly, if the wet bath is designed well, and has enough room, it's a piece of cake, and
It's nice.
it is nice.
Before
And
I had
it doesn't
my
take up your trailer.
yeah, before I had my trailer, I would take some of our rental older R-Pods out, and I can tell you that was just too small.
For you,
The R-Pod
yeah,
bathroom.
absolutely.
I couldn't stand in it, and I couldn't sit in it. I
Yeah,
literally had
'cause your knee-
my so there are wet bath situations that honestly would turn into cupboards for me.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people use them for
closet.
covers.
Yeah.
You know, and our pods wanted to put the sink in them because they said a lot of people wanted sinks. So there's this little corner thing about this big.
What
and it's
am I going
like-
to do with that?
I don't know. I think I'd rather have no sink
Yeah, but
than
I don't need a sink in the
Yes.
bathroom.
but then you have people who are closer to residential living than camping and still want to be out there who cannot fathom going to the kitchen sink to wash your hands.
yeah. Well, maybe I got
So.
the feeling they didn't want to brush their teeth or shave in the kitchen sink. I mean, I kind of get that,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
All
You're
right,
camping.
so here we go.
You're camping.
Everything I'm considering they have wet
Has
bath.
a wet bath, yeah.
And Nikki, yes, because the newer R-Pods, particularly the one I think you got, you have to remind me what model
I think
number.
they have a 202.
So you've got a
that's a
dry
better.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
taller and they're more pill shaped. The old R pods had they're more rounded, so it
Here's
just
here's
doesn't-
how much space you have in the old ones. Wait, hold on.
But even our pod had a twin bed model,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like the other one. Oh, 192. Yeah, it was just like the other ones where you walk in, it's the kitchen and then the couch, and then it has twin beds in the back. And they made it for what, maybe 2 years, and then they stopped because nobody was buying it. So I'm wondering why it's such a hit in Airstreams and why people seem to like twin beds, but that's only one example of a trailer we've had with twin beds that they just don't make anymore because it doesn't sell. So why?
I don't know. We don't get it.
To change the subject, thank you. Will the windows in a new Lance 1995 fit in a 2020 1995? The new Lance windows are awesome. Ooh,
Let's go with no.
that's
Sorry.
I hate to tell you, there is no switching out. Mm-mm. not
Back to
doable.
bathrooms. No.
Yeah, I wish you had a longer question because that's a pretty easy answer.
No.
No, sorry.
That's okay. It's 1 o'clock.
So
Mhm.
Just in case anybody needed to know the time.
So, and with that, we do actually have to get the two of you on the road because you have that convention. We have to get y'all too.
I'm ready.
yeah,
We'll
it'll
come
be
back
fun.
with all the knowledge and a conversation with Chet and
Good
you
stuff.
know, maybe new stuff, but probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Lindsay is so excited.
You've got to cut me off at some point. I'm
Na-
just gonna
Nathan,
like trail
no problem.
You
somewhere.
guys have a great week, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Yeah, we do appreciate it. Come ready with your comments, questions, where you're camping, and your plans and whatnot. We'll be here for you next week.
Next Friday.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.